Hi, Hugo Reed. For our nonfiction book this week, we're going to read Baby Deer. Let's see if we can learn some new interesting things about baby deer. The author of this book is Bobby Coleman. Title page. Do you know what that is called? I bet some of you do. The table of contents. What is a deer? A deer is a mammal. Mammals are animals with hair or fur. Deer have brown or gray hair covering their bodies. Mammal babies are born. Baby deer are born. You were born too. You are a mammal. So they're not hatched is what they're saying. They're born. Baby deer are called fawns. This fawn has brown hair. Mammal mothers make milk inside their bodies. Mammal babies drink the milk. Drinking mother's milk is called nursing. This fawn is nursing. So far we know mammals are born, they have fur, and they drink mother's milk, right? Big and small deer. There are many kinds of deer. Deer are not all the same size. Some deer are very big, others are small. This deer is a moose. It is the largest kind of deer. Well, there I learned something already. I didn't realize that a moose was a type of a deer. I thought it was like separate. So a moose is the largest type of deer. This deer is a southern, I think you say poodoo. It is the smallest kind of deer. A moose is much bigger and heavier than a poodoo is. Look at the two of them together. Wow, it just barely comes up to its knees, doesn't it? White-tailed deer, mule deer, and elk all live in North America. White-tailed deer are also called whitetails. Mule deer are named after mules. Mules are horses with big ears. White-tailed deer are medium-sized deer. Their tails are white underneath. So here it is, and their tail is down here, but do you see when it's up? It is white underneath, you can tell. Mule deer are bigger than whitetails. They have large ears. Here's an elk calf. Elks are almost as large as moose. This elk is a bull. A bull is a large male elk or moose. The elk above is a calf. A calf is a young elk or moose. So they're showing us a baby one and a great big one in that picture. Deer bodies. Deers have long bodies, thin legs, and short tails. They have hooves on their feet. Hooves are hard coverings. Male deer also have antlers. To learn more about antlers, see pages 14 and 15. So we'll get to those in just a minute. This is showing the moose's antlers, isn't it? Both male and female moose have dewlaps. A dewlap is loose skin that is covered by hair, so it's underneath there. Deer have hard hooves made of horn. Each hoof has 2 toes. Deers have eyes on the sides of their heads. They can see almost all the way around their bodies. That would help keep them safe from their predators, wouldn't it? Deer are vertebrates. Vertebrates are animals with backbones. Backbones are the bones in the middle of an animal's back. A vertebrate has many other bones inside its body too. The bones are make up the animal's skeleton. So here it's showing us their backbone. This is the skeleton of a deer. A deer can bend its legs. It can run and jump. They can jump really high if you've ever seen them. Oh, look at the baby deer. Very cute. So it's talking about their coat or their fur. Baby deer have patterns of spots on their coats. The spots are camouflage for the fawns. Camouflage is colors or patterns that help an animal blend in with the world around it. Spots allow fawns to blend in with the ground or into the fields of flowers. The fawns are then hidden from predators. Predators are animals that hunt and eat other animals. So see how you can't really see it very well in that picture, can you? It just blends in and it's camouflage, so that keeps it safe. If something like a wolf or a coyote would come around. Bucks, let's get a good shot of that one. Bucks or male deer have antlers. Most female deer do not have antlers. Antlers are made of bone. Each year, old antlers fall off and new antlers grow. When antlers start to grow, they're covered with a soft skin called velvet. The antlers of this buck are covered in velvet. So you kind of see there that they don't look hard and shiny. Let's see what they talk about with the antlers over on this page. This moose is rubbing the velvet off its antlers. The velvet will soon fall off. The shiny antler on this moose is no longer covered in velvet. So I thought this was interesting too. This talks about a year of antlers. So in the spring, antlers start growing in the late spring. Summer, the antlers are fully grown and covered in velvet. In fall, the buck rubs off the velvet and the bone shows through. And in the winter, the antlers fall off one at a time. So every year they grow new antlers. That's pretty cool, isn't it? So I suppose if you lived where deer live, you might find some antlers that had just fallen off of them on the ground. What do deer eat? See them nibbling here? Deer eat plants. Animals that eat mainly plants are called herbivores. Deer are herbivores. They are called browsers. Browsers eat plant parts such as leaves and twigs. These fawns have found some young plants to eat. This is a moose cow and a moose calf. Most deer eat leaves, young plants that grow in water and small tree branches. The cow and her calf above are eating water plants. A cow is a large female moose or elk. This fawn is eating flowers. Flowers are soft and tasty food for baby deer. See that little fawn in the flowers? Where do deer live? The natural places where animals live are called their habitats. Some deer habitats are in very hot places. Others are in places that have cold winters. Many deer live in forests or near forests. Forests are habitats with many trees. Here's a picture of some deer in a forest. Forests have trees, bushes, and small young plants that deer like to eat. This is the next picture. Mule deer live at the edges of forest where tall grasses grow. Reindeer live in places with cold winters. These reindeer are looking for food under the snow. Many deer visit people's backyards. They eat the plants that grow there. In the mountains near us, there are deer. Sometimes we see deer if we're up closer to the mountains. I bet some of you have seen them. Mother and baby. Here's one close-up picture. There's a little fawn. A mother deer visits her fawn often. A baby cuddles with its mother. After a fawn is born, its mother feeds it and takes it to a hiding place. The mother then leaves her baby. The fawn is safer on its own. Its spotted coat helps it hide from predators. The mother deer returns to feed the fawn several times each day. This fawn is lying on the ground in a forest. It stays very still so predators won't see it. So things like wolves and coyotes, what catches their vision is movement. So as long as something's very still, which the babies are, they usually will walk right past them and not see them. Once a fawn is able to run well, it leaves its hiding place and starts finding plants to eat with its mother. The fawn also nurses for a few more months. The mother deer on the right is grooming or cleaning her fawn. So she's licking it, kind of like cats or dogs do sometimes. In another book we read once at primary school, it said that the baby fawns don't have a scent when they're little. So by the mothers going off and leaving them, that keeps them safe also, because the predators find them usually by their scent. So if the mother is not with the baby, it helps protect it as well. So it's kind of interesting. Growing up. As the fawn grows, it stops nursing and is able to find its own food. The fawn can live on its own, but it stays with its mother until she is ready to have another baby. When the fawn is about 2 years old, it is an adult deer. Adult deers can make babies. So until they're a little bit older. There it is, it's getting bigger. This mother has twin fawns. Each baby has started its life cycle when it was born. The life cycle is a set of changes in an animal's life. The fawn will grow and change until they become adults. As adults, they will make babies. With each baby, a new life cycle begins. Just like you would have a life cycle. It starts when you're born. And there's all the different things that we've learned about. Antlers, parts of their bodies, their backbones, their tail, their hooves, the pattern on their coats. There's an elk, a fawn, what their habitat is, where they live, a moose, a deer mule, a southern padu, and a white-tailed deer. So I hope you learned something about baby deer. Have a great week, you guys. I will see you next week. Bye-bye.